Okay. Here we are. Time to work a little bit more on this. Oh, it's a little loud. Let me volume a little lower. Alright. Time to paint. I already painted some over, but I don't really like how the lips are looking at all, actually. So I was thinking of like, I don't know, just changing them. I just really dislike them. I'm not quite sure how to go about them, to be honest. In what way to change them. I just don't like them. The problem with lips is I don't know how I want them to look like, because when you just have them like this, they're like nice and everything. They look exactly kind of how I want them to look, and I don't know how to render that. And I can't just leave them be like the two dots on the face and everything else is rendered. They're gonna look like, it's gonna look really ugly. Or weird at the very least. Like how do you go about it? Like if I erased it, let me just see how it would look like at least. If I was right or not. I probably am, and the fact that it's gonna look really weird. Yeah, obviously it looks like a hole in her face of some sort. That looks really weird, I guess. Oh, I keep clicking it. And I was on my eraser brush. Amazing. And I wish I could just listen to music I like listening to, but if I do that, then the YouTube's gonna just block me. I love it. Just a second, I wanna set something up real quick. Alright, there it is. Cool. Yeah, the mouth is just weird. Maybe I should just experiment with, like, the nose makes more sense than lips. Lips are weird. Lips don't make sense. They're just cushions of some sort on your face. Looks weird to paint. The struggle is real. Incorporate it somehow. Probably not gonna go with that color. That's a little too dark. But reddish, something like that, probably be fine. Here. Lips. My nemesis. The upper part is generally a little darker because the lower lip gets a lot of light to it. Hello, Mia. Hello. Welcome into my lip struggles. Lips are just weird, man. As I have said, I mean, a lot of, I guess, of the face is weird for me in general. You know, just environment just makes sense. You know, it's clear shapes or clear repetitious forms or whatever you want to call them, right? I can deal with that. I can't deal with this. Even water makes more sense than lips, to be honest. Especially because, like, she gets a different expression. So, like, she just looks different with the lips, man. She's... I don't know how to bring that out, I guess. What are your worst things you hate painting? Or that are just weird to you, I guess? I'm gonna go here with the darker. I hadn't talked about any spicy topics lately. Well, I mean, when I say spicy, I basically just mean random. Random topic that I love to be a contrarian in. Something. Maybe bolder colors. Yes. I don't know, I guess one of the things that kind of I've been sometimes thinking is, like, I watch a lot of YouTube, for example, but I very rarely, if ever, I don't know. Yeah. Exactly. You know, the cancellation of things is so weird. I mean, I guess if you're like if you're just watching a person and they did something kind of shitty, right, and you find out about it, it's like you just start watching them, bro. It's not a. So it's just so funny to me how people go about it, I guess. I don't know how to like not the people who are being canceled, how they go about it, right? They just go about it with the PR way of the most acceptable way to get out of trouble, right? That's what they're doing. But their fans are weird, I guess. I mean, everybody's fans are weird. I mean, I'm calling you weird. Wait, you're probably not a fan, never mind. It's just kind of, I don't know, let me think about how I want to describe it. A lot of the fans are really young for a lot of people, or they grew up with somebody, or I don't know, and then later they found out that this person's actually a piece of shit of some sort, right? And they want them to be canceled, but they want them to have a redemption arc of some sort, like in a lot of cases, right? It's not always the case, but in a lot of cases, I feel like the fans want some sort of a redemption arc, so they can watch somebody guilt-free, you know? So they don't have to feel guilty that they enjoy somebody's content or whatever, right? While for other people, that's not a problem. The content feels tainted or whatever you want to call it, right? After they find out that somebody's an actual piece of shit, right? They're like, okay, I can't really enjoy the content of somebody I know does this, or that, right? But to other people is like, even though they agree that the things that this person has done is bad, right? They still like the content and want to enjoy the content. I guess it's kind of like a debate, like separating art from the artist, which I both agree and disagree with. Like, to an extent, obviously, you like people make all sorts of different art, right? They're not gonna make art that necessarily represents them and things like that, right? And if you enjoy a piece of their art, that's normal, even if you find out that they're like a shitty person. That may diminish your enjoyment of the art, or you may be like, okay, I don't want to enjoy this art anymore. But the art also, most of the time, says something about the artist. So I guess, granted, it depends what kind of art they make. I wouldn't really say that most YouTube videos would, fall into any art category. But like, for example, a lot of musicians lately not lately, it's kind of been going on for a few years, how they're all pieces of shit. Well, not all, but a lot of them are basically pieces of shit, and people feel guilty that they still enjoy their music or whatever, right? Which is like, there's no reason to feel guilty about that, bro. It's obviously you enjoy the music. What's up because the author was covered? Well, I never read it, so I can't really argue on that. I don't know if it's bad or not, but it should be treated as a separate piece of medium, right? You can be like, I don't want to read it because he's a piece of shit, which is fine, right? But you can't, it's not bad just because he's a piece of shit, right? Obviously, I think that's pretty obvious to everybody. Hello, Doohoo, welcome to the art stream, in which I'm struggling with lips, as it be, and talking about how canceling is really weird in general. So yeah, basically that's, what the fuck was that? Oh my god, that kind of looks ugly. Let me backtrack to what I was doing. So what I was saying, you can't really judge the book on the moral character of, or the book, the music, the whatever, on the moral character of somebody who created it. Obviously, things can still be good even if the person who made them is not a good person. I think that's a pretty obvious statement. I feel like most people would agree with that, right? Like, if you give them a piece of media without prior knowledge of if the person who wrote the piece of media is garbage or not, then you'd get oh my god, this looks like this. Jesus Christ. Then you get an honest opinion on whether they do or not. There we go. Whether they think or not if it's good or not, right? But if they change their opinion, like if they don't like the piece of medium after they find out that somebody's a piece of shit, that's also fine, I think, They'd probably just be reminded of this person that did these things, and they don't want to, they don't want to think about that when they are reading the art they made or whatever, right? That's the impression I get, at least. Yeah. That was kind of what I was talking about before you came in. How, especially in the, with the YouTubers, how a lot of them get canceled or whatever, right? There are a lot of people who want them to have redemption arcs so they don't have to feel guilty anymore about enjoying their content. I feel like that's a really common thing, personally, that I've seen, because because if somebody's a piece of shit, they don't want to feel bad while enjoying their content. So if they have a redemption arc, then these people are gonna be like, okay, I don't, now I can just enjoy this piece of media and, not feel guilty that this person, I don't know, abused the dog or did something or the other, right? There's plenty. Oh my god, there's so many people on YouTube who are horrible people. So this can apply to many different things. Also, I find it interesting how a lot of people on YouTube actually like watching train wrecks, or I guess really boring people. To be fair, I personally find, for example, vlogs boring, and I understand other people find some sort of entertainment in them. But when you have those vlogs when they do a lot of things, at least I guess, at least there's things that are happening. If that makes sense. However, if it's like a random person's life, then I'm just like, this is really boring. Because normal life is boring, you know, it's normal. I'm not saying it's not normal, it's normal. Because regular life is boring. I don't know, just a lot of content in general is really boring. Even the content I watch most of the time is, I think, boring, but I'm entertained while I watch it. And then later I think about it a little bit, I'm like, damn, that was kind of boring actually. You know? That's why you gotta have 5 videos open and then just switch in between them when you get bored. The true ADHD ways. I mean, I feel like it's not even that. Like, it's not even that. It's not about. It's more like. How do I explain this? Like. I feel like it's kind of. There is no pure people. A lot of the time, for example, commentary. I'm not gonna say drama channels. Drama channels on YouTube are literally there for the drama, and they all admit that they want the drama, they enjoy it, which is completely fine. You can enjoy that. However, commentary channels, I always feel like they are kind of putting themselves on some sort of a pedestal, right? In which they have some sort of moral superiority on whoever they're talking about, and they might have some sort of moral superiority, but that doesn't mean that. But their audience, a lot of the time, perceives them as somebody who's really moral and can lead them. You know, they don't have to, don't have to think for yourself. Just watch this guy. He's a really good guy. He's gonna give you whatever opinion you're gonna probably agree with, you know? Oh my god, I know. Drama channels are just like recaps upon recaps upon recaps on some boring ass people and some boring ass shit. Honestly, like, most of the drama is not even drama. Like, drama's like something juicy, spicy, interesting. Whatever they're doing, it's just like, I guess. It's really boring. Yeah, that also that. I feel like if there's like, if it's about somebody I'm invested in some way, like, I might not even care for the person, but for some reason I'm invested, right? Maybe I watched too many videos while I was drawing in the background about them, which sometimes happens. Most of the drama that ever gets brought up is really boring, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. I literally do not care about any of this. And also there's so many commentary channels that repeat themselves as well, you know. So there's this one that I occasionally watch about this other YouTuber that I don't watch, but I know a lot about because I watched a lot of videos of commentary channels. And they're just really, I don't know, like, they're just repetitive. They're always saying the same thing. Like, I don't know, there's this one person and they kind of have a lot of issues, I guess you could call it. Or personality flaws, maybe, is a better word for it. And this commentary channel continuously always gives the same criticism, like, I don't know, get therapy, do this, do that. And I also feel like in a lot of cases, a lot of these people just want attention, and you're making video of them, you're just giving them the attention. So I mean, you're just kind of doing what they want. I mean, I guess it brings you revenue, so, I get it. I get it. But, like, they always pretend they're trying to, I don't know, put it out there for the good of the people or something like that. I mean, I guess I understand the appeal of that sort of content. Like, I understand why people like it, but I've almost never found, I don't think I've ever found anybody I found interesting enough, that I thought, damn, this is a train wreck I can't look away from, right? Like, I don't feel like I've found anybody like that, personally. But I do know a few people who are considered train wrecks that I know about, but not because they're train wrecks, but because I just happen to watch too many videos about them for no reason. I don't even care about them. I mean, I guess since I watch a lot of videos about them, I can't say I don't care about them. But I'm not like invested like these people are, because these people are invested in a way. Oh, I've watched their channel since the beginning, blah blah blah, and now they're I always thought they were a good person, but now looking back at all these videos, they're not. Blah 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 blah. Right? I'm not invested in that way. I'm like secondhand investment. Like I'm invested over this person's investment of that person. That's like secondhand investment. Because I'm fascinated how this person is invested by this other boring ass person. Yeah. I already said it's secondhand investment. I don't know if you guys ever have that. Just a little. Her eyebrows are all the way up. Maybe I should have brought them down a little or something. Oh well. I don't even know what color I want her eyes to be. I haven't thought about that. Maybe yellow, perhaps. Mayhaps. And also, I kind of find it interesting that a lot of channels who do very repetitive, like, I think about it. For example, fitness channels, they do very repetitive type of content because they're always like kind of given the same advice. They're always saying the same thing. Well, not all of them, but most of them, right? That I've ever interacted with, basically. So after a while, even if you were interested in their content at first, over time, you're like, okay, well, they're just talking about this thing that I already talked about, that one video, and you maybe skim through it and it's like, I don't know, almost the same thing that they said back then. So it's just like, meh, It's, I guess, very specific content that's not random, maybe? I kind of wonder how people stay invested, maybe they get invested into personality and that's what they enjoy. I mean, while I enjoy a good personality, I also enjoy, I don't know, content variety, I guess, to some degree, at very least. This one. I don't know, I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, I also never understood how people get the parasocial thing really invested. Like, I get it, like, objectively I understand it, if that makes sense. Like, I understand why it happens and all of that, whatever, right? But I don't really get it, because it's like, why would you think that this person actually cares about you in the way you care about you? They literally know nothing about you. I don't know. It's just interesting. It's interesting. we can't all have real friends like Classy. That is true. Only trying to understand humans. Bro, that's like my whole life, bro. There's so many things that I understand, but not really. Like I get it, and like to some extent, sometimes I participate in certain like behaviors or whatever, right? In which I'm like, yeah, this is just what happens. But then sometimes I'm like, damn, what, like that makes no sense or whatever. It's an all around a weird experience, basically. Being being a demon and trying to understand humanity. Especially trying to understand humanity when they're like, oh, the weird social cues or everything's weird. Humans are weird. I mean, listen, you're a dragon, you get it. You understand. Yeah. especially especially the societal way some people are, I guess, I don't know. Like I understand peer pressure, and obviously I also succumb, unfortunately, occasionally to peer pressure. I don't have any examples at the moment because I can't remember it. Um, but certain things sometimes that I see how people are so afraid almost. I don't know. Like I know it's deep rooted in human psychology, and it's also a way, to evolutionary, for survival or whatever, right? But sometimes it's like, damn, you really, I was just gonna do that. I don't think the orc understands humans overly too much either. I'm afraid. Maybe he can give us some pointers into this world, humans. Yeah, and humans are always like how I'm the weird one, bro. Y'all the weird ones. And I'm saying that because I've been observing all of y'all, and y'all just weird, bro. Goddamn normies, damn right. Especially when they're normies about like some stuff, then I'm like, what the hell? The heck? What the heck? I mean, you're not wrong. Orc stands on human side, it would seem. I mean, you know, I don't know. I guess the normal ones are just weird to me. That's why I'm a demon. Ha ha ha. Make this darker. But yeah, I mean, I know that we're the weird ones. Trust me. Every human I've ever met has told me I'm weird, so I get it. By now, I understand. I understand that the Oni are not really humanly accepted. Until one day we rule and conquer this earth. Anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah, parasocial relationships are weird. I understand, but I don't fully understand. As with most human things. Like when people cry when they meet somebody that they really enjoy content from, I guess. I'm like, okay. Mm. Like, for example, when I was younger, right? As all the edgy teenagers in the world, I listened to Linkin Park and enjoy their music very, very much. However, it has never crossed my mind. Like, I saw sometimes people faint, not specifically Linkin Park, but I mean, people faint when they meet celebrities, or scream when they meet celebrities, or whatever, right? And I'm like, why? They're just people who sing, or there's just people who, I don't know, do shit. Doesn't, who cares, bro? It's not. Like, you can be like, oh man, that, it's really cool, or whatever, or feel excited, but all the fainting and the putting on the pedestal, and whatever, treating them like some sort of god or higher figure than you, it's just weird. It's really common. It's not just a celebrity thing. No, it's really common with YouTubers as well, especially because YouTubers feel more personal than traditional celebrities do, because like you feel like you get to know them or whatever. So people are even more invested. And yeah, the Oni finds that very weird. I mean, obviously, I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool to meet some of these people. Some of them. But it's different. It's different for you to think like, oh, they seem like a cool person. I'd like to interact with them. Versus, oh my god, look at them. Oh my god, they're so fucking perfect. They're so fucking good. I can't. Or whatever, right? Like, it's a very different vibe. Very different vibe. I mean, that's just my opinion, at least. Maybe you guys feel differently about that. I don't know. Maybe you guys do have celebrities you'd be very, very screaming about and very taken aback about. I don't know. Now that's a life I ever saw. Oh yeah, I was going actually for Yellow Eyes. I forgot about that. Whoops. Went for the Reds. Oh well, we're gonna color it in anyway. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I guess it's kind of like how much do you find regular people inspiring, because I've heard that a lot growing up, how people feel very inspired by, actually let me just try a second. Oh yeah, there it is. I can do that one instead. How people feel very inspired by certain other people, in a sense that they look up to them, right? I never looked up to people. Because, like, why would you look up to somebody? You don't, it was always like you don't really know them. Like, you don't understand that their life circumstance is very different than yours. And, I don't know, that part was always confusing, I guess, in a sense, for me. And I'm not sure if I'm even explaining it right, but it's like, I don't know. because looking up to people, it seems like idolizing somebody, and like idolizing is not fully understanding how somebody actually is. It's just your projection of how you think there is, that they are like, Is this not being able to generalize the qualities you admire from the person themselves? Um, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, like, or like, there's that saying like never meet your heroes or whatever, right? Implying that they're most likely are not going to be the people you made them up to be in your head, right? And to me that's like, I mean, kind of like what did you expect? You know? It's like, yeah, people are different than they present themselves. That's a given, isn't it? Like I thought that, like, the saying makes sense, but like I thought everybody was aware of that. Yeah. Or how people feel betrayed by random people on YouTube doing random things because they're invested in their life. They feel betrayed when they do something that maybe doesn't align up to their image of them, right? That is really weird. It's like, what? Why are you offended in a weird way that makes no sense? Type of thing, you know? It's also very confusing for the demon, I'm afraid. Like, I mean, at the same time, I understand, but I'm also like, but why though? You know? Even though I have the why, it's still like, why though? You know, like what? The heck? Two edgy kids agreeing. How's this edgy? Come on now. Come on now. What did I say that was edgy? So yeah, I've seen people write text balls about someone they assumed thought one way and turned out they didn't, rather than thinking, huh, I guess I made a mistake. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've also seen that, especially on Twitter. People on Twitter are really weird in general. So invested over weird things. We get it, you're not like other girls. Bro, no. I'm not like other humans. Get it right, bro. I'm not like other humans. That's what you gotta get out of this. Not just the girls. Not just the girls, Mia. The whole species. Oh god, this face looks so fucking weird. Jesus Christ. Physical pain. Alright, let's try and add some pixels. Maybe just regular. Be better. Yeah, I mean in general, like what I was saying, parasocial relationships are weird. I mean, I guess people are just lonely, probably. That's why I assume it happens, you know? It circles back to admiring a person's work separate from their personality. Yeah, but I feel like on YouTube it's opposite, right? On YouTube, people don't really admire videos, you know. They tend to admire or watch for personality. It's much less about their work. Obviously, they enjoy the content, but they don't necessarily admire it, right? You get what I'm getting at. I admire a lot of artists' work despite not knowing anything about. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I also admire a lot of work. A lot of artwork I share or retweet is something that I'm like, damn, this is really cool, or I really like how this is looking, or maybe I could try something like that. Well, me trying to render this face is because I like how Cynics renders the face, right? But I'm not out here looking to find out about his life, you know? I'm not here invested in his beliefs or things like that, you know? I'm not out here thinking he actually cares about singular me, you know? Obviously, he cares about his audience, I'm not saying about that. But, like, not like individual parasocial type of care, you know? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. What they put out is their work, but people go out of their way to learn about them and tend to watch them for their personality rather than the work. I mean, obviously, if they didn't enjoy the content, they're unlikely to stay. But the content in the end is more of a bonus. Because there's a lot of YouTubers I kind of don't care too much about the content, but I enjoy their personality, right? So I watch their videos because their personality is enjoyable. Obviously, it depends on what type of YouTuber it is as well, right? Like if you have a, I don't know, a gaming channel, that's very different than, I don't know, a family channel, which are all cancer. I'm standing by that. I consider all family channels to exploit their kids, and nobody can convince me otherwise. Yeah. It really, or well, if we take for example vlogs, right? A lot of vlogs that are popular sell both their usually energetic personality, along with this cool thing that they're doing. But any smaller vlog channels usually just talk about their life because they don't have the money to do the cool things. Bro, family channels are some cold shit, bro. Honest to God. Like, what the hell? Especially, oh my god, especially the way, as I said, I think they just exploit their children. Like it's a no for me, dog. Oh, hostess can sell me the girlfriend experience, but I go in aware that's made up. Well, yeah, because you're also not like other girls, man. But that's kind of where the parasocial relationship thing comes in, right? They believe that to a certain extent, it is real, right? Most people, you know, aren't that deeply invested to not being able to differentiate between reality. But a lot of them are also very invested in, because like especially with the cancel culture thing, you know, they feel betrayed by somebody because they're so invested in. Like if you go to a hostess, right? Like you're not gonna feel betrayed if she's, I don't know, a piece of shit of a person that you find out thereafter. You're not gonna feel betrayed. You're just gonna be like, okay, that kind of sucks. Right? You're not gonna be overly invested in it, or maybe you would. I don't know. Would you be? As I said, it kind of also depends which type of YouTube content to watch. For example, if you're watching, um, isn't this what of Rented Girlfriend? Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. A lot of people wouldn't be invested, but there's a lot of fans who are very invested in the personal life of somebody. And I've seen it a lot in very popular YouTubers that they're like super invested in decisions they make, and it's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just really weird, I guess, in general. Obviously, as I said, it depends how much the person shares of their life. Like, if a person doesn't share, is a very private person and doesn't share a lot, obviously, their audience will not try to assert their opinion over their decisions in life, most of the time. But if a person's like very open, like, you know, talks about their personal life a lot, then the audience feels entitled to it. At least in my observation, you know, your experience of YouTube might be completely different than mine, and you might not even encounter anything that what I'm talking about. If you know, if that makes sense. I don't know. Is it a vocal minority or not? I don't actually know. As I said, your experience of YouTube might actually be completely different than mine, and how I see people experience it. You know, you might not see anything what I'm talking about around you at all. I'm starting to think everything's a vocal minority. Yeah, I kind of feel that, to be honest. I mean, yeah, kinda, yeah, I guess you can see it that way as well, yeah. But like, it's kind of like these people when they get so invested that they dox somebody that they don't like on behalf of this other YouTuber because they're so invested in their life, you know? That's kind of what I'm talking about. So you have this YouTuber that they're really invested in. They had beef with some other random YouTuber, and then they go send death? Oh, fuck, how do you say death? Threats. And like, you know, telling them all sorts of mean things. Sometimes they dox them, sometimes they do this or that, right? That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, how do you get so invested till that point? Or maybe they're not invested, maybe they're just looking for an excuse to do this garbage. I don't know. About everything being a vocal minority, I kind of feel that way as well. But I think that might just be my personal experience of things, because like, I don't tend to really vocalize on any sort of issue, you know, through social media, even if I feel very strongly about something, because I just don't feel it has any actual impact, you know, of any sort, and I also don't care to share it in that sense. Well, I mean, I might through live streams or videos say things like how I think all family channels are very exploitative, for example, right? But I'm not gonna go on Twitter or on Instagram or something and like go out of my way to, I don't know, say that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. I see that. Which is also weird, isn't it weird? Like, these people don't think that artists or whoever is on the receiving end of the hate would actually read it. But they're like, you know, obviously people read it. Some people might not get affected by it, but I'm sure some people do get affected, you know? Social media is, I guess, weird in a lot of different ways. You know, I wonder how much leaving like comments and stuff like that is because they want to unleash aggression. I wonder. Bruh. The more I work on this, the more I like more just the original. Oh my god, this is so bad. And I can't even tell you why I think it's so bad. Maybe if I do the hair and the rest of it, maybe it's gonna come together or something. Probably not. I'm probably gonna end up looking like shit. Oh yeah, I wanted to give her a friend or something. Maybe it's the colors or something. Maybe they're not right. I don't know. Human skin is just hard, bro. Honestly, for me. Like, give me any other surface, and it'll be easier to render than skin. I think it's probably because, you know, it's easier to spot everything wrong with it. Because it's a human. I think that might play a part in it, but yeah. Human skin, 0 out of 10. I hate it. And I'm trying to paint it in so many different ways, and sometimes I like it, but sometimes like this, I'm like, my god, what the fuck? Garbage. Into the trash can you go! Well, she's not going into the trash can yet, but that's the point of an experimentation, right? To experiment, learn new things. Alright. Yeah, I feel that, bro. Just I should just make it Uncanny Valley on purpose. I mean, you know, it's kind of weird with the Uncanny Valley thing. Don't most things look like that? You know, like most portraits or most whatever. Don't they like all kind of look Uncanny Valley-esque? If they're not like rendered well. No. Let's not be overly lewd. Yeah, bro, family channels. I don't know why I keep getting back to it. It's because like I don't really talk a lot about this with anyone about the family channels. I almost never watch them, but anytime anybody makes a video about family channels, it's always how they're garbage in some way, how they exploit the kids, beat the kids, do this to the kids, how the kids cry, how they're actually not, you know, good. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Just over render something a little too much, and it's like, oh my god. But yeah, through experimentation, we learn new things. Also, drawing things the same way all the time is really boring. So yeah, I don't think I've when doing digitally, I very rarely actually do something exactly the same way. Like just brush. For example, this brush that I'm using currently, I almost never use this brush, literally ever. But I'm using it for this painting because I want to see how it looks. So it's gonna look and whatever. I think it's going alright so far. So kinda. I kind of like it. I think might use it more than some other time. It's gonna make her nose like just cut off the red nose. See how red it is? So red. Disgusting. Yeah, but sometimes painting looks bad because, like, in comparison to the rest of the flat image, it's like, and also eyes don't look rendered like the rest of it. Yeah, I feel that. It's just boring, man. It's just boring. Well, it's fine. If it doesn't work out, I'll just I put it in a different layer, so I see how different it is. Oh, ew. Oh god. Now every time I click it off, I realize how fucking ugly it is. Disgusting. Oh, that's an ugly color. Maybe a little more. Maybe a little more. Alright. Maybe a little lighter. Slightly. There we go. I don't even know how to do this here because I'll have to also very much render it. I'm used to kind of speed running my hair. The hair, not my hair, but yeah. Hair speed run. Well, let's go first at the place that I assume it will be dark because it's a little. Yeah, well, I'm gonna click on the sketch layer. It should help me with the hair. Oh, thanks, but yeah. You know when you can't unsee your own art looking like crap. It's like I don't know how to describe it. There's a part of it that I like, but I literally could not point out which one it is, because my brain's like, damn, they're kind of ugly, bro. Oof. Wait, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of always thought it was kind of funny how a lot of people don't go out of their comfort zone. For example, like they actively avoid drawing something, right? All the time because they know it's not maybe gonna look good or something like that. But I'm like, bruh, experimenting is the best part. I don't know, dude. Who that could be me? It's probably me. You'll have to show me which one to know. Oh, well, yeah, I guess that also plays a part. To be honest, I have a lot of images in my brain, and almost none of my work ever ends up looking like it. I kind of accepted that a long time ago, and don't really mind it. It looks more like it when I do art that's what's it called, landscape art. But even then, it changes a lot in the process, so it doesn't really end up looking like it anymore. Yeah. I don't know, dude. Who you'll have to show me. Was it recently? Was it recently one of them? Cause it might be one of those that kind of look Japanese. As in, a while ago. I wonder. I wonder. I wonder. Let's bring back this a bit. Yeah, but there's also that really popular. I don't know if it's a manga or not. I don't remember now actually if it is or not. That had really realistic body, but the face were really anime. That that was really jarring. That was like, oh my god, what the hell happened here? Like in general, I mean, anime bodies tend to be more realistic than their faces, but that one was, you know, when you cross that line and it becomes jarring. Yeah, it was kind of like that. You gotta lock them layers. Don't want the color spilling out. But yeah, what I was saying, most of my art doesn't actually end up looking how I want it in my head. Almost ever, actually. Sometimes it ends up looking completely different, but I don't mind it because I still like it. And sometimes it ends up looking like, kind of like how I thought it, I wanted it. But then I'm like, now that I executed this, it doesn't really, I don't really vibe with it. Just things in my head, just even though they're clear in my head when I think about them, when I try and paint them, they stop being clear because I guess I'm trying to, or maybe I think they're clear, but they're not clear. But they appear very clear. Sometimes the color scheme, sometimes the exact placement of certain things in the image. If I like think about it enough, um, you know, but yeah. But then, or for example, some colors that in my head just look right. They just look good together. But when I start painting them in, it's like, this kind of really not that great, to be honest. I guess art in general is a lot of experimentation until you get a result, which is not even the result that I initially thought of. But it's fun regardless. Oh yeah, I said I'm gonna give her freckles. Oh, well, I'll give her freckles later. It's fine. Alright, well, for now, I could probably actually add more blue around. Gotta be more crazy with colors. Somewhere more to the face, like room lighting maybe. Maybe it's gonna offset that. All the red that I've picked. Yeah. Maybe you end up liking how they look regardless of how cartoony they are. Though yeah, I also kind of agree that the more cartoony it is, it's more weird. Shiny nose. I guess it's swore this is gonna get a lot of work until I figure out how I wanted it to look. Alright. Well, that will be it for this stream. It wasn't very long, but yeah. Maybe I'll feel that. Well, you know, when I zoom out, it's like, when I zoom out, it's fine. just gotta keep it zoomed out. Yeah, I'll work more on it. Probably a different stream or on my own, and then do another stream when I feel like it. Debbie, thank you for watching, and see you again sometime. Bye.